Hey guys, welcome to Backyard Beer Brothers. My name's Rory Doherty, and in today's episode I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm here in Pattaya, Thailand, and I figured I'd go for a bit of a walk. I've spent a lot of time staying at the Movenpick Resort, which you can see behind us, but I figured just outside the resort and down the road a little bit to 7-Eleven, I'll go down there, find a beer, and that's what I'm going to be reviewing today. The 7-Elevens are pretty stocked over here, so fingers crossed this one's the same. But how's things going, you might be asking? Things are going pretty good, apart from the fact that the other day I had my first hangover on this holiday. So me and the fam, we've been traveling around for about almost a month now, so sort of been 3.5 weeks I think, drinking a whole lot of especially awesome beers as we're traveling around Europe. And then here at the Movenpick, we've got access to a club lounge which does sort of free spirits from 5 until 7, so very dangerous. So I think the first day, full day that we had here, started with a couple of beers in the pool. They were $8 each, so it was kind of like, damn, I thought we'd like able to get some cheap booze here in Thailand, but you know how it is with the resort prices. And then from there, then it went to happy hour, so you could get 2 for 1 beers, so now they dropped down to $4. Then we went upstairs to our all-inclusive club lounge access, and that's when I started hitting the spirits. So it was multiple gin and tonics. Then it moved into some Jägermeister. We're sort of joking about that, but me and my wife said, we need a bit of a pick-me-up, why don't we just have a Jaeger bomb? Not the one. And then it was into dark rum and colas, and needless to say, I was pretty hammered, and worse still, rather than just being hammered, I woke up extremely hungover. So first hangover of the trip, it's actually a pretty good thing. I remember a couple of other trips I've been on, especially over here to Thailand, there were hangovers left, right and centre, so it was nice just to have one. Knock on wood, one so far, but there's not too much of this holiday left. I think we've got another day or so here in Pattaya. Then we're boosting it up to Bangkok for a few days, and then yeah.
What's the name of your channel?
It's called Backyard Beer Brothers. It's a beer review channel, so I'm just gonna go get some beers and have a few drinks. Cheer, bro. What would have been crazy is if he had actually gone, hey, yo, you Rory from Backyard Beer Brothers. I would have gone, holy fuck, crazy. But nah, as far as Pattaya, it's been pretty dope. Today we went to a water park called Columbia Pictures Aquapulse. So, like, amazing water park, especially for kids. But they had some massive rides, or massive slides, I should say. I was going to get into it, had to, obviously. So then, turned up, went down some pretty big slides, started freaking out a little bit, and then knew that I'd have to go on these massive ones. So there's one in particular called something like Ghost Trapped. They've got a few different, whatchamacallums, different themed areas. One of them was Ghostbusters, hence the Ghost Trapped. So went to go on that, and they weigh you. On top of that, the next part was I had to carry this double tube. It's 6.5 stories, flights of stairs you got to go up, but at the bottom of them, this lady pulled me aside, and I had to sign an injury and death waiver. So I incurred the full responsibility of any injuries or death resulting from going down these slides. And I was already kind of like, fuck man, I don't really want to do these, but I sort of have to. Part of me did want to do them, but I was dropping my nuts pretty hard, and then I've got to sign my life away on this thing. I'm like, fuck, do they need these? Like, surely not. But I did. I got this green little piece of string around my arm, and that means that I'm willing to incur any injuries. So went down this ride, and it was dope. And of course, as soon as you go down a massive one, you're like, man, I got to do more. So there was a section that was like jungle themed. There were a couple of guys from, firstly, you had to go down in double tubes. So one of the staff members was like, oh bro, I didn't say oh bro, I said that because I was by myself at that point. Wife was looking after our son. He was happy to go down with me, but it just turned out that luckily for me and luckily for this other group, there was this group of these 3 Middle Eastern dudes. They were like, yeah, no, come with us, go down together, like sweet as. So went down a couple of these other ones. Bro, it was awesome. So as far as water parks are concerned, definitely up there on one of the best that I've been to. The only one that I'd say sort of compares is Wild Rivers in California. That's fucking crazy too. But we're now out on the streets, so there's the resort. There's these sort of rivers in between. I was joking with a staff member the other day because that river sort of goes in front of our resort, then you've got to go over a bridge to get to our pool, or to their pool. And I was like, bro, why don't they just cover these over? What's the point of them? And then yesterday afternoon, we saw these giant monitor lizards swimming through them. It was fucking crazy. At first we thought they were crocodiles. They looked a little bit like Godzilla out of the, what is it, the one that came out where Godzilla goes to New York and lays all the eggs in one of the stadiums there. Probably should have researched that reference before I try to drop it. But if you've never been to sort of Southeast Asia, this is kind of reminiscent of the resort area. You have sort of amazing resorts on the beach. Then you've got sort of highways, etc. within walking distance. But there is a second element to this walk that I wanted to check out. But I'll jump back on when I'm at the 7-Eleven. We'll take it from there. Catch you in a sec. Bam, into the 7-Eleven. Oh. Am I able to buy alcohol at the moment? I have to wait till 5 o'clock. Rough justice, fair enough. Well, there you go. Unable to buy booze, that's the end of that. So it turns out that I can't actually buy any booze at the moment from there until 5 o'clock. And it is now 2:45. That's a bit of a waste of time, but there's still something I do want to check out. So I'm just going to quickly end this here. All right. She is pumping here. But I wanted to check something just around this corner. With legalized weed over here, you sort of smell weed everywhere you go. But I just wanted to check. Driving into Pattaya, there were like multiple plantations we went past. But I just wanted to see if this was a marijuana plantation. I don't think it is. Let's just make sure that it... Nah, that's not weed. I was just thinking, how crazy would it be to have a plantation on the side of the road like that? We'd have brothers pulling up trying to get into it like you wouldn't believe. Oh man, that was like a massive walk to get here for a whole lot of nothing. I'll catch you in a sec. Well, I feel like that was kind of a blowout. I'm heading back to the resort now. One, who knew 7-Eleven doesn't serve booze? What was it, from 2 until 5? Crazy. Secondly, the weed plantation that thought I saw out the window, turned out it wasn't like I was going to do anything, man. I only got a couple of days here. I couldn't just hack up a couple of plants and what is it? What was the Chappelle Corby it? Definitely not going to be rocking anything like that. So I'm back to the resort. Still got a bit of a mission walk here. Bam, as you can see. But I think it's definitely earned more of a thirst now. So I'm going to go pick up a beer from somewhere and then I'll chuck a review in a sec. Well, it turns out that I could have saved myself the hassle of walking all the way down to 7-Eleven. I've got one more craft beer that I really want to drink, and it's this one right here. So I'm going to butcher this, but this is the Phra Aphai, which is a Thai craft wheat beer, and this is part of the Thai Myth series from a brewery called Mardi Craft Brewing Co. So this is actually the second beer that I've drunk from this particular brewery. I was joking with some of the guys that these are also some of the most expensive craft beers that I could pick up from one of the local stores. And if you're wondering if it broke the bank, it did. It came in at a whopping, I think, $5.50 for this particular beer. So I'm hoping for good things, and it is looking pretty good, especially for a wheat beer. I think while I was over in Copenhagen, I drank some, what was it? The Kronenbourg 1664 or whatever it's called, and man, that was delicious. So pretty keen to get into it. So it definitely is hazy, it is straw color, white head, and it is smelling. It does smell sweet. Damn, I don't know what is going on recently. I had the last one, tasted kind of like candle wax, but this definitely has all the smells. It is kind of sweet. There is like the wheat sort of coming through, sort of grainy smell. But when I first smelled it, it almost had like a pasta smell to it. And if you're wondering what type of pasta, it had like a ravioli smell. I don't know where that was coming from. I'm not getting that anymore, but we've had a look. Looks good. Had a smell. It smells good. I'm keen to get into it. Let's go. Damn. That's like spicier than I thought it was going to be. Hang on, let's get into there again. These big cans are good, but, well, perfect. But, let's have a little smell of that. Like, it almost has like a slight peppery taste to it. It is. So you're getting the sort of usual flavors. You are getting sort of grains as well, but it's got a slight, what is it? It is, it's got like a peppery, like pepper notes, but it also has sort of mild citrus notes, but sort of leaning more into the orange. Kind of like the, what is it, Blue Moon? The American beer that you can get. I think wheat beers are sort of slowly starting to move into my new favorite style of beer. I think sours have had their run, for sure. These are awesome. I can't really tell you about the beer because I don't actually have any information. What I might do is if I remember to edit it in, I will. But as far as the cans are concerned, check that out. The can art is awesome. But it even gives you a good sort of description of the beer. At the back there, it gives you an idea of what you're looking for. It says heavy on the aroma and the, what ABV? What is the ABV on this? 4.7. Not too bad. Light on the color. What is it? IBU coming at 18. Doesn't taste like it. It's not that bitter at all. But what does it say for the Phra Aphai? It says a delicious wheat beer with a bright citrus aroma. Yeah, what did I say? Ravioli aroma, yeah, all right. And hints of spiciness, yeah. Famed for its glowing, cloudy appearance, definitely cloudy. From wheat, providing a soft taste with a nice acidity and sweetness. So easy to drink with the right amount of carbonation and very subtle, very suitable as a daily refreshment for all occasions. Damn. Okay, and it says that the unique herbs that we have is ma quan, which is a Thai herb, and it says it's got nugget hops. Damn. Now, the other beer that I had from them was I can't remember. I think it was a rice lager. And that was pretty good. It was far more bitter though. It, the IBU, I forget what it said. It might have been 18. No, this one's 18. The other one must have been like 20 something. But I sort of jokingly said that it tasted kind of like a hopless IPA. Like it definitely had that sort of heavy bitterness up front on it, but it didn't have any of the sort of vegetation tastes that you get from quite a lot of IPAs. But this beer, it is good. It is really good. I'd like to see what other beers they have in their Thai Myth series, because this is easy drinking. The fact that I had to walk like K's down to the 7-Eleven and then to check out that not a plantation, probably got the thirst up a bit as well. But damn, there's like unique flavors in there that I've never had before. They're like, yeah, the spiciness is nice, the citrus notes are nice, but there's also some other sort of flavors going on that I just can't pinpoint. Delicious. And that's the type of craft beer that you want to be drinking if you like trying new craft beers. This is an awesome beer. I'm going to have to look up this brewery. What is it? Mardi Craft Brewing Co. I wonder where they're located. Nope, not reading that. Oh, they're actually located in Bangkok. I'm heading to Bangkok. Whatchamacallit? Maybe in a couple of days, so I might have to go see if I can check them out. So Mardi Craft is a pioneered brewing company with innovative minds alike for refined quality craft beers, paving the way for those craft enthusiasts to brew with our state-of-the-art brewing equipment legally in Thailand. Craft Mind connects people. Bam! Nah, bro, these guys are doing good things. Actually, no, it's not brewed in Thailand, in Bangkok. It is brewed in Bang Pakong. Don't know where that is. Probably not going to make it to that brewery. But to the questions. Scullable, yes. Buy this one again? Yeah, I would, man. As far as some of the other wheat beers that I've had so far this trip, some of them have been kind of a letdown. This one is unique and delicious. There's been a couple that have been unique and not good. This one's unique and delicious. Yeah, especially with one of the other reviews. I don't know whether this will go up first or second. There was another one that I had that had lime in it, and it just, it wasn't the one. It wasn't the one at all. What would I give this out of 10? I actually really like it. I'm thinking I might have to try to take some back to Melbourne with me, so it would probably be like a 8.5 for me, because this is unique and delicious. Yeah. Potentially even leaning towards a 9, and I think it might be a 9 just because I, thirst on from a mad day at the water park, and then that massive walk. But what a delicious beer! Yeah, let's go 9 out of 10. It's good. I really like it. I rate it quite highly. As well as that, they're doing the right things by putting it into a 490ml can, 4.7%, ticking the right boxes. But with that being said, it's been a long episode. It took a long time to get to the actual beer review, so if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Also, please feel free to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and as always, I hope you have a good one. Cheers.